In this video, I'm going to show you how to get started with profit sharing on Every.Finance. The first thing you'll need to do is head over to the profit sharing tab on the left hand side and click on BNB Smart Chain or Binance Smart Chain. At the moment, we have only launched on Binance. In the future, we will be launching on Polygon Mainnet. That'll be about 2 weeks time. Then Ethereum, and then other chains as they're added like Solana and Arbitrum. But for now, you will only see this if you're connected to the BNB Smart Chain, and you'll have to come over to the profit sharing tab so that you can see the difference between alpha, beta, gamma, and parity. Now, there are a few things you're going to need before you can get started. If I click on the beta tab, for example, you'll see that it tells you the total beta that is staked, the total form that is staked, the total form rewards that are available, and the minimum form that you will need to get a boost, and the maximum or ideal amount of form. Now, at the moment, my position shows 0 beta, 0 form, 0 rewards, and 0 boost. So in order to do this, I first need to stake my position. So if I click on stake, it's going to tell me that beta is required and so is form. Now, there is a maximum, as it says, of 20,000 form. So I can click on 20,000 form, and I can also click on beta. Now, for beta, it would be 60. Now, at the moment, I don't have any beta in my balance. So I'd first need to head over to any of these tabs, alpha, beta, gamma, or parity. And if I do this right now, if I click on beta and I click on deposit, I would need to make a deposit. So I would need to take my USDT, and I would need to deposit this in order to get myself the amount of beta that I needed. So in this instance, knowing that I need to have, I think it was, I said 60. Yep, so that would be around $70, roughly $70 or USDT would give me approximately 60 beta, which I could then deposit. Now, when you do this, it does take up to 24 hours. So please bear in mind that if you're going to make this deposit, you're not going to see your balance within the website for 24 hours, which means you will not be able to take part in profit sharing until your balance is active. So you can see here, if I click on stake on alpha, I do have a balance. So here, if I was to click and say I wanted to deposit, say, for example, 20 alpha, and I wanted to do 20,000 form, I would first need to unlock this. By clicking on unlock, what that would then do is it would open MetaMask. I need to set a spending cap for both form, and I would need to send a spending cap for alpha. These both cost approximately 8 cents each in transaction fees. Once that has been approved, I'm just going to go ahead and do this now. So I'm going to approve this transaction. That's now been done. It's now going to tell me I can stake. So now, in order to be able to stake this, I can stake. Now, the reason that the alpha didn't come up as a spending cap is because I've already set that previously. I set that to 100 alpha, so I'm still within my spending cap. So if you set a higher spending cap than what it asks, you can deposit multiple times. It's a protection mechanism to make sure that the contract cannot take more out of your wallet than you're willing to let it. Otherwise, if you don't do that, there is an infinite spending cap, which means it can take your entire balance. It's obviously not going to happen. The contract is not designed to do that. But please know that this is a security measure to protect you, even though it can be frustrating that you have to keep setting that spending cap. So then these are both ticked, which you want to make sure they stay ticked. If they're not, you're not going to be able to stake. So they're ticked. That says you're going to stake your alpha and your form, and you'll simply click stake. Now, I already have 100% boost because I've staked this already, so I'm not going to do that. And you can see here that my alpha profit sharing is 40 alpha. Now, this shows up instantly as soon as you stake. It tells you that your form, mine is 20,000, which is the maximum boost. And here you can see my form rewards. So I currently have earned 17.18 form as a reward. And if I click claim, I can claim this reward. I will simply sign a transaction. I will claim this reward. And as you can see, I'm going to actually spend 24 cents there as a gas fee. So I'm not going to do that because the gas fee at the moment is quite high. And then if I reject that, I will get that error. That's okay. But I'm not going to do that because at the moment, it's going to cost me more in gas to claim than what the actual reward is worth. So I'm going to wait until that builds up, until it's something that is actually worth claiming. And then once that's done, I can unstake my position after the 2-week period. This lasts for 2 weeks, by the way, and then I can withdraw. If you have any questions or any concerns, you can head over to Discord, and I'll just show you right now. I did post this so you can see everything that is available. There is 1 million alpha, 500,000 beta, 500,000 gamma, and 1 million in parity. These are the form rewards. So this is 1 million form within the alpha pool, 500,000 form within the beta pool, etc, etc. And it also shows you what the reward to ratios are. So for every 1 alpha, you'll need to deposit 500 form. The maximum capacity is 20,000 form as a deposit, and that means that you can deposit 40 alpha. So 40 alpha for 20,000 form. I can go ahead and actually edit this. And in fact, even though I'm on a live video, I'm going to do this right now. So there is a maximum cap of, let's just say that is 40 alpha and 20,000 form, and anything over that will not count. There is also a maximum cap for beta, and that is going to be 60 beta and 20,000 form. And there is a maximum cap of 70 gamma and 20,000 form. So you can now see the actual amounts that you can deposit, which is 40 alpha, 20,000 form, 60 beta and 20,000 form, and 70 gamma with 20,000 form. Now parity works slightly differently, and I'm going to show you that now. On parity, you'll have to select your NFT. The NFT ID will show up here if you have one available, and you'll need to stake that first. And the form will be 30,000 form, so slightly more. Now the reason for this is if I go over to parity and I go to deposit, I can select my weights. Now if I set a default setup, you'll see here, I can set high, medium or low. I can also select here anything I want, if I want to go by risk or if I want to go by return or by weight. And this shows you my settings on my position. If I click on deposit here, I can change these. And it's very important to understand that if I'm making a deposit, the deposit for, or the best settings to have here, and this is also shown on Discord, is 30% alpha, 25% beta, and 45% gamma. So I would want to have here, and I can go to the advanced settings, and I can go to weight, and I can change my alpha to be 30%, to be 25%, and to be 45%. If I now confirm, that is a 39.43% risk with a 19.8% return. If I confirm that and then deposit 30,000 form, that is going to give me the maximum boost within the parity pool. I have to wait for that to deposit. Again, it takes up to 24 hours. Then it will show up and I will see my ID. I will need to select it from the drop down. I can then stake my ID, and you can see here there are 16 NFTs currently staked. There's a total of 1.3 million form that is currently staked, and there is 1 million form in rewards that is available. So again, you'll see here that my form is at 0 right now, and that is because I have not staked. So that is what you would need to do in order to stake. You can do that for alpha, beta, gamma, and parity to get the most of all 4 of the profit sharing platforms. And this is available from today for the next 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, all of these rewards will be drained, these form rewards. And this is just an introductory boost that has been added. So this form reward, the 1 million form into the alpha pool, into beta, into gamma, which was 500,000 each, and the 1 million form into parity, so 3 million form in total, has been added by the team as an introduction to test profit sharing. After this, the rewards will come from the profit sharing protocol. The way that that works, so that you understand, and you can check this out on the docs by going to docs.every.finance. The way that this works is that when the profit is generated from alpha, beta, gamma, and parity, the profit that is generated, a percentage of that profit is taken and put into the reward pool. That is then distributed to anybody staking into alpha, beta, gamma, and parity. And again, you can find out more details about that by looking at the docs on the official website. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.